Hey, spring is pretty late this year. We still got a lot of snow on the ground, and just the other week we had a major snowstorm. I don't really mind, I mean, that's okay. I know the summer will eventually come. I got pretty extensive experience on that, so I know that. It's a fascinating time of the year when the seasons change. It's like the old season. The winter is trying to stay relevant and fight, back when the new era is coming in. It's a little bit like me. I'm getting poetic now. No, it's like an Elton John song. I'm still standing. Remember the song? Last Wednesday we were doing something with my wife, I don't know, having a cup of coffee or something. It was fairly late in the evening, before the sunset though, because there was still light. I looked outside and it started to rain and drizzle and it got a little bit sort of muggy. I said to my wife that I gotta go now out and take some photographs, and she's like, now? I mean, it's really ugly looking. Do you really want to get out? I said, yeah, now I gotta go. I took my Rolleiflex, I took some FP4 plus film. I thought there's still enough light. The sun sets here around 8:50 nowadays, so there was still some light left. Also, there was no wind, so I knew I want to get to the lakeside and then shoot some lake views. So this is what happened. So really, I think that at least I need to go out when the weather is the worst. That's when I get the best pictures. And it really is not so much about the location, it's not so much about the gear, but it's about perseverance. It's about, hauling yourself out, getting out and doing your job, taking those pictures when the weather is interesting. And it's typically then a bad weather. It's not so much a skills game that it's really fighting the elements, if you will, at least to me. So then next morning I woke up, and during the night it had been a major snowstorm. Everything was covered with snow. So of course I needed to get out again. I took my Kiev 60. My Kiev 60, my trusted Kiev 60. No, this is not a trusted one. It started to sort of create something wrong with the film transporter, and I need to knock it a few times when I put the new film in so that it zeroes the film transport. Funny things you need to do with these Eastern cameras, like hitting it with your fist to make it work, but it works fine. So I took this one out. I headed to some of the same spots, but now it was really snowing, those kind of icy spikes. And I took some pictures, and this is what happened. Now, as I was shooting the Snowstorm, I think I shot one roll of FP4 with my Kiev. But I also had my Holga with me. I always have a Holga with me because I leave one in a car, so whenever I need, my Holga, then there's one available. So I had my Holga and I took some other pictures with this. Now, let's take a look at my Holga pictures. The same situation, at the same time I took them with my Kiev. Now, it always amazes me how different the pictures are when I take them with Holga. And I try to convince you guys, I'm not trying to convince anybody, I'm trying to explain my desire to have many cameras. So the reason I have many cameras is that I like cameras with strong signature that take different kind of pictures, that when I shoot with, one of these or then with Holga, it's different. They all produce different kind of pictures. So in the same Snowstorm that I took my Kiev pictures, I also shot some Holga pictures. They look like this. It was a good week from the photography point of view. I took 4 or 5 rolls of film. First misty, rainy, miserable early spring weather, and then really winter got back and it was a snowstorm. What could be better? 3 things. First of all, you gotta get out when the weather is the worst. There's no substitute for a bad weather. It's the best. It's a photographer's best friend. The second one, the winter is like an old man. It just stays around for a little bit too long. But you need to take the best out of it and you need to make it work for you. So winter is fine. And then last but not least, you gotta have many cameras. I keep on saying that. That is so fundamental. I probably need to make one more video about that. I don't believe in shooting with just one single camera at all. It would limit my expression so much. And I always love cameras that have an edge, that create something that is clearly visible in my picture. Even faults, even sort of like mistakes that are visible on my picture, if they add character. Attitude is so much more important than quality. Yeah, that could be a new motto. Attitude is more important than quality. Here we go. It's an old man's rant. See you later.